Good morning everybody, welcome again to Indycar on the 28th, I think it is, 28th of the month. I'll check, but I'm not that great with dates these days. Anyway, on this morning's show, Tuesday morning, today I'm talking about two things. Mostly we're talking about what's happening in both Europe and in South Africa today. Now in Europe, in France to be more precise, President Macron is making plans to make sure that the French border with England, ostensibly the arrangements around Calais, are strengthened to make sure that the French border is secure, but also to make sure that there are sufficient customs facilities at this port to make sure that there is a smooth or relatively smooth means of expediting customs arrangements with the UK in the event of no deal exit from Europe, which appears to be what most of Europe is now expecting to happen. Recently, Mrs May had been on a charm offensive to talk to Mr Macron, who should be a natural ally of the Tories, being more of a right-wing politician himself. However, Macron had resisted all of the charm offensive. May had gone into to France initially a few weeks ago to try to divide the 27 nations, particularly France and Germany, to try and get them behind whatever it was she was proposing in her watered-down Chequers deal. Now Macron himself has distanced himself from that and has not backed Mrs May's plan, and has instead decided to play safe and to protect France from the worst effects of a no-deal exit of the United Kingdom. Now that means having to strengthen the borders with the UK along France's coast, and to make sure that there's no leakage, no smuggling, and that British goods coming into the European Union across the Channel pay the correct tariffs. So that's the first thing. Mrs May's attempt to split Europe by approaching individual government leaders one by one in the hope of dividing and conquering has failed. The European Union is not that small that the British state can try the kind of tactics that it uses on smaller nations. Now on the other hand, Mrs May is now in the rather unenviable position of having to go with the cap in hand or the begging bowl out to some of the former colonies in Africa this week to attempt to buy herself a trade deal with, first of all, South Africa, and also it looks like Nigeria, and possibly, I'm making a guess here, maybe Ghana as well. But anyway, we definitely know it's South Africa and Nigeria. Now these are all former colonies of both the UK and Holland as well, incidentally, because Holland had a large colony in South Africa for hundreds of years. The point is that Mrs May is going there to announce a massive investment. In other words, she's going there with a big wad of money to say to people in South Africa and Nigeria, Britain would like to be one of the biggest investors in your country. Now at the moment, investment capital is pouring into the Horn of Africa from places like China and Russia, and very little has been done by the UK over decades in any way to help the African states at all, particularly Malawi, which gets left out of just about everything. So Mrs May has got to go there and try to convince these African leaders that the British government is prepared to put billions of pounds of investment with British companies into the economies of South Africa and Nigeria